Hey everybody, welcome back to the website and the blog. Tonight's theme, setting goals. Setting goals, accomplishing goals, and trying to figure out what you can do for yourself to get yourself in lean fitness condition. You know, as the website, the homepage says, you know, live lean, live energetic, live healthy, live rewarded. And one of the best ways to do all of those things is to set a deadline. You know, I'll use myself as an example. As a natural bodybuilder, what we do is we obviously have a contest date. And that is something that assures that you're going to be chasing a goal and having a deadline. You know, it could be anywhere from 3 months out, you start thinking about it, to you know, a couple weeks away if you've kept yourself in really good shape all year. But regardless of that, it's having that goal and holding yourself accountable for a deadline. Setting a deadline is essential, absolutely essential to getting yourself in peak condition. You know, too many times I think a lot of us, we wake up and we say, you know what, I want to get in shape and I want to start eating right, and I want to start losing body fat, and you start on a program, you start going to the gym. The problem with that sometimes is that unless you can see some light at the end of the tunnel, when you start down that tunnel, you're walking down a dark tunnel forever, and you're looking for the light. So what you do in the very beginning is you set that goal. You crack a little light in that tunnel and you say, there's the light down there, and I'm going to start walking towards it. And basically what I'm referring to is having a deadline, setting a contest date. I'm not talking about everyone should be a natural bodybuilder and compete, but you know, set yourself a photo shoot. Tell somebody that on December 1st, you know, I want everyone to, I'm going to have a party, and it's going to be a celebration of 20 pounds I lost. I mean, it might sound kind of corny, but point being, you got to put your word out there to other people, or at least yourself, and become accountable for it in terms of, you know, like I said, a contest, you have to mail in a form and you got to send money. And it could be 2 months away from that date and you're saying, okay, here's this money, here's this form, I'm going to be there and I'm going to be in shape. So along the way, that's your little light and you're chasing it. So, you know, as many people as I've worked with, I guess, over the years and seen a ton of success with people, the most success comes from the people who come into this and say, you know what, the goal is the wedding, and May 20th I'm getting married, if it's say a female or male, and I'm going to be walking down the aisle in front of a bunch of people. So they have that goal, and all of a sudden 3 months out they're training for that day. Or the person who says, you know, my 20th reunion is in 6 months and I want to go there and let everyone know that I've taken care of myself. And so they have a goal. If you start on a program, you start with a trainer, you start a diet, and you're not quite sure, you know, other than the fact that, yeah, I know I need to get in shape. If you don't have that goal and that little crack of light at the end of the tunnel of where you're heading, it's a good thing to find that. And, you know, I've been talking with a couple people lately who I think are chasing, say, the next level or starting into this fitness thing, and they want it so bad, and I'm trying to encourage them to say, pick something, pick a date, find something that you can see on the calendar or whatever it is, so that you know you're working towards it. A good friend of mine, a mentor, told me once, you know, in terms of fitness and lifting weights and spending all this time, you know, making sure your food is good and putting in the effort, because it is effort, lifting weights and training and cardio. Let's use the comparison of an athlete, say a football player, a soccer player, baseball player, and we'll talk about a football player. Think of a football player practicing day after day after day and never getting to play a game. And you know, my friend once told me that, and it made a lot of sense. And he was obviously talking about the natural bodybuilding aspect of, you know, guys that are in the gym day after day after day, and we're trying to sculpt their body and get in shape and get lean and all this stuff and burn up body fat. And sometimes you know, at the end of the night you say, well, okay, what's all this effort for? And obviously it's for you first, and for your health and for your organs, and to hopefully live longer. But most of us, in that time phase, unfortunately, sometimes it's about just wanting to feel confident and look good, which a lot of us obviously are after. So of course we're trying to set ourselves up for the longevity of living a long, healthy life, but most of us, you know, we want to get in shape to get that self-confidence and feel good in certain clothes and social settings, whatever it is, and just, you know, get out of the shower looking in the mirror, you know. So have a goal, set a goal, think about what that goal could be, put some serious thought into it, and commit to it. And again, this kind of chat tonight, I guess, comes from, you know, my personal experience of a bodybuilding contest, and tomorrow's my big day, and you know, this particular contest around this time is a lot different. I've always competed and let my weight kind of go up a little bit, and I've tried to take it off, but this time around, this is a celebration, I guess, for me, of living 365 days of staying in shape, and realistically this time not having to set a 2-3 month deadline. I'm going into this contest in the same shape I was in last year, and you know, short of watching what I was eating a week before, just making sure that I'm not eating some really ridiculous meals, it's a celebration. So, you know, my goal was a 365 day goal this year, or this time around. That can I stay in the same shape and keep just a nice healthy diet and not be eating bad carbohydrates during the day and bad fats that I don't need. And I was able to do that for a year, and that's my game plan for the following year. So, you know, it's getting up and having that wholesome breakfast with protein and good carbohydrates, and just having a little bit of protein during the day and some healthy fats, and then having a nice meal at night with the family, and working out and maybe having a couple extra fun calories if it's a workout night. And you know, that's, again, my live rewarded approach is that if we can all eat that way, and you take your daytime meals when your body is not in an active state or sweating, physical, you know, calorie seeking state, then realistically, if you have a good breakfast, you can have that good dinner at night and have your breads and pastas and stuff, because calorie wise, you're going to be where you need to be if you're not eating ridiculous, senseless calories during the day and ordering out and saying, yeah, let's get the Chinese and let's get the sandwich, and that adds up. And you know, if you can be good for those 8 hours while you're at work, if you have that sedentary job, office worker, teachers, business people that I've always kind of referred to, that's a great approach, and I'm trying to celebrate that this time around with, okay, I've done that for 365 days, and you know, not to be the guy on camera to say, look at my abs, but you know, stomach-wise and stuff, I have eaten cakes and things and good fun foods in life and not deprived myself for a year, and have trying to show that this approach in a diet a lot, that what I try to put on some people to give a whirl, it works beautifully. And again, it just comes down to looking at your daytime. So, you know, start rambling about my own story, but it's really to, again, try to set the example of, number one, picking a date, having a deadline. My deadline last year was, I'm going to try to compete again and eat this way all year. But maybe just set a 2-month date and say in 2 months I'm gonna do this or that, and give that a whirl, you know. And I think you're gonna have good success. Set a deadline, make realistic goals, and you know, keep living reward. We'll talk soon.